This is the entire filter wheel box assembly, looking at it from the lens side. The lens with its adapter sits in here. Now what I'll do is I'll rotate the motor, which I've loosened up to show you it working. This is the stepper motor. There are 5 28mm or 1.25 inch filter wheel spaces in there, 2 of which are filled. One with a slightly blue one and one with what looks like a neutral density one. So I'm going to rotate the motor and watch the filter wheel assembly move around the light hole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll do that again. And you can see the way you drop the filters in to the unit. So I would imagine that standard filters go in there, and this is on the blue one. I've left it on what looks like a bluey one. Okay, now I'm going to, if the camera moves back a bit, I'm going to move the box open. As you can see underneath, I've loosened 2 screws which hold it together. It's beautifully machined and highly accurately made. You can see here the gearing assembly for the counter-rotating twin graduated filters, which are quite strange. I've never seen anything like it. And this assembly here takes the mask away from the light hole, which I explained in the text. So what I'll do is I'll rotate the other stepper motor, which drives this. There's only 2 stepper motors, and if you have a look at the graduations, you can see them changing as I rotate it. Sorry, the motor fell off. I just loosened it. So you can see how the counter-rotating you see the smoky, it's gradually getting darker and darker. This is amazing because it will enable you to have a different level of occlusion depending on the scene, which you can control with the fine steps of the 3-phase stepper motor. There's also here on the assembly what looks like detectors to tell you the position of the 5-position filter wheel assembly, which is under here. But you can't see the assembly because it's sandwiched in between these 2 plates. So if I rotate now and go back over to this side, give one lasting shot. These motors do various things, and I think this provides position information, because I think this is a variable resistor of some description. It's made by Bournes, who make a lot of trim pots and things like that. There's only 2 wires coming from it. These are the 4 wires for connecting up the 3 coil elements of the 3-phase high precision stepper motors. And here is the motor or drive assembly, whatever, to take the occlusion device out. So the whole assembly then sits back together and sits in this very nice package. The pillars, which I've shown you in a still photograph, allow you to mount the lens assembly onto it, and of course you can modify the pillar assembly to take long and short lenses, or just modify the whole thing to pop it in the back of an astronomical telescope. But as I say, I'm not an expert in telescope design. But there's all the connections, and that's it. A very, very interesting box with what looks like standard 28mm filter slots in it.